In this question, we're asked to create a rectangle with an area of 24 square units. And because the area of a rectangle is equal to length times width, if we can determine two numbers that give us a product of 24, this will give us the dimensions of a rectangle that has an area of 24 square units. For example, because 1 times 24 is equal to 24, a 1 unit by 24 unit rectangle would have an area of 24 square units. Because 2 times 12 is equal to 24, a 2 unit by 12 unit rectangle would have an area of 24 square units. Because 3 times 8 is equal to 24, a 3 unit by 8 unit rectangle would have an area of 24 square units. And finally, because 4 times 6 is equal to 24, a 4 unit by 6 unit rectangle would have an area of 24 square units. So we have a choice of 4 different rectangles to create that have an area of 24 square units. But in this case, I don't think a 1 unit by 24 unit rectangle is going to fit on this grid. So let's select one of these three. Let's select this last one and create a 4 unit by 6 unit rectangle that again will have an area of 24 square units. So we'll create a side that has a length of 4 units here. And now the adjacent sides must have a length of 6 units, which would look like this. And we know the opposite sides have the same length, and all the interior angles must be right angles. So a 4 by 6 unit rectangle would look like this. Again, this length is 4 units, this length is 6 units, and therefore the area is equal to 4 times 6, or 24 square units, which if we wanted to, we could count the number of squares inside the rectangle. Now let's do this again and create a 3 by 8 rectangle instead. So if we create a 3 by 8 rectangle, it is going to have an area of 24 square units. So first create a side that has a length of 3 units. The adjacent sides must have a length of 8 units, which would look like this. Opposite sides have the same length. Here's another possibility of a rectangle that has an area of 24 square units. This rectangle has dimensions 3 units by 8 units, giving us an area of 3 times 8, or 24 square units. I hope you found this helpful.